Okay, Eric. Well, let's recap last Friday's game up at Marlington. Just talk a little bit about Louisville coming up, and also it's homecoming night.
Yeah, we'll start off with the game on Friday night. Obviously there were some things going on in our community, and there was a major loss to our school, and a loss of a very good friend to a lot of our players. I was kind of concerned at first, emotionally, how we were going to be with everything that was going on, and it put a lot of perspective on the fact that this is just a game, and we talked about that a lot as a team, and knowing we were going in to face the #1 ranked team in the state with everything that was going on. I was very proud of our young men and how they handled those things, and I was very proud of our coaching staff and how we addressed the kids and how we stayed positive and tried to do those kinds of things. And so with that being said, the game went on, and I thought at the start, things went as planned. I thought, our game plan was going as we wanted, and then the reality of football comes in, and our starting quarterback gets banged up, and Zaid goes down, and we have to bring in a backup quarterback. And we obviously, a lot of people know we've lost Luke McNutt, who was a fantastic backup quarterback for us, and he's out for the season, so we're down to number 3, and so we're putting in a kid who's had very limited reps. And the cool thing was we were still moving the ball. Tyler was still getting his yards, and those things were happening. And then the football turn went again, and Tyler went down. And there was a point in time where I thought Butch Wood did a great job. It's funny because you hear the things in the stands, but people got to realize when you're starting running back and you're starting quarterback go down, and you're trying to call some things, and your game plan is a certain way, and you have a certain thought process going into it, that changes everything. And so I thought his play calling up at that point in time was fantastic, and trying to make sure that we controlled the clock, and we did some things. We put our defense in good position to not put us in a bad spot with a high-powered offense like what they have. And I thought Jake Peterson did a great job, getting his yards, and our offensive line, hands down, best week for the offensive line. Their defensive line is outstanding, and I tell you what, we manhandled them. I mean, you watch the film, and we were just driving them. And they were putting eight in the box, and we're still yanking yards. And then Zay got to come back in, but part of our offense is running with our quarterback, and when you got a kid that's hurt, you don't want to put him in a position where he gets hurt worse. We didn't know exactly the extent of his injury, still don't, and so we kind of really backed off of running him a lot. But defensively, I thought we kept ourselves in the game the entire time. We knew DeMonte was going to get his yards. He's a heck of a running back. He's a heck of an athlete. And they're a very well-coached, very disciplined team. So we knew that they were going to do some things. But I thought, all the way to the third quarter, it was 14-7. And then, we had a missed field goal. They scored, and it was 21-14. And then we had a missed field goal. And we watched it on film. I still don't know how they called a no good on the field goal. So to me, it should have been 14 or 21-17 at that point in time, but it just didn't happen.
There were some guys standing down underneath the goalpost when that was kicked, including myself and a couple other people. And that's the discussion we had, because it looked like it was good.
It looked like, everybody. I don't know how the ruling. I have no idea how they made that, but that's football. Mm-hmm. We can't leave it in the hands of the officials. We have to make a decisive, and to me, we should have had a touchdown on that drive, and those are things that we're going to continue to fix. But anyways, and then even late in the game, fourth quarter, they had scored another run. It was 28-14 with 5:33 left. We had an opportunity to make it 21-28 and our defense is playing great with 2 timeouts left. And unfortunately, we got I think a terrible holding call once again by the officials. I don't understand the call, and you can see it on film. There was nowhere near. They had already signaled touchdown at the time that the occurrence of the hold had happened. When they threw the flag, which means that they should have never called it because it had nothing to do with the play whatsoever. And so that's frustrating because we put ourselves in a position where 21-28, against the #1 team in the state, and we're down. Our quarterback's hurt and our running back doesn't play. our starting running back, and we're in a game with the number 1 team in the state. Man, that says something to me about the kind of team we have. And the last touchdown, they got it, but it was more of an anger thing. Our outside backers came flying in, trying to make a big hit, frustrated that they made the call, and you don't do that to a great athlete. You do that kind of stuff and you lose your head. Athletes like that take advantage of it. So obviously they scored one more, but I want to add the class that they brought into it. I was very emotional after the game, proud of our boys, and DeMonte Thomas, their running back, came over to us and asked if they could pray with us at the end of the game. And man, what character and what class that is, and that right there makes me a fan. And I just wanted to tell them how much I appreciate their sportsmanship and the way that they handled a situation where, even today, it's tough on our kids, it's tough on our staff with what's going on. So I thought that was very classy. So.
Okay, and you have Louisville coming up. What can you just quickly tell us a little bit what you expect from them?
You know what? We're not sure. Their starting quarterback went down, and I've heard rumors that he's out. I've heard rumors he'll be back. We don't know what to expect. Obviously, when a starting quarterback goes out, and their entire offense is based upon him. He goes down. Does it change? Does it not change? Do they come out in the same offense and put their backup quarterback in? Do they come out in a different set? Right now with Duckworth in, they're an empty team, quick throws. And then they'll beat you with the vertical. They'll fake the quick throw, and they'll go a lot of vertical routes, and they run him a little bit. Without him, I don't know. Do they go to a one-back set and they run it? Do they go to a two-back set? What do they do? So we're kind of trying to game plan for everything. What I can tell you is that they're Louisville, and everybody in our league knows Louisville is a heck of a team, and so hopefully our boys understand the position we're in. That I think this is a game we can go get. And I think they're ready for this challenge. And we've only beaten Louisville once in I think 29 years. And let's go get them.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Eric. And
okay.
Good luck Friday night, and get a large crowd there and see what happens.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.